Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you a new series. What if Naruto was trained by gods? Part 1. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto rebuild the Uzumaki clan. So stay in tune for that guys. And over on Anime King, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto returned different after his training trip. And also what if Naruto had multiple people sealed inside of him. So stay in tune for those and enjoy guys. And remember, if you're new, to click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So we begin this new series. Minato Namikaze stood on top of Gamabunta. They were standing against the Kyuubi, the nine-tailed fox. Desperate to save his village, Minato had no choice but to use a forbidden technique to save his village, and that is exactly what he's going to do. So Minato then arrived with his Harashin as he looked down at his son. "It looks like I'm not going to be able to see you grow up, my son," he said, with a sad smile. Forbidden secret art, Death Reaper seal. As Minato sealed away the Kyuubi in his son Naruto, and the Shinigami took his soul. The Kyuubi was fuming as he was inside of Naruto. "Do they really think this pathetic vessel can hold me?" he roared out loud. "They have another thing coming," he said, as he started to send out his chakra, trying to corrupt the baby and take control of his mind. But he then saw a white flash appear in front of him, as there was a sudden rush of white chakra that stopped his own red chakra from flowing and corrupting the baby. As he then saw an outline of a female figure. "Who's there?" the Kyuubi asked. "Someone you never should have tried to cross," said a strong feminine voice. The Kyuubi's eyes widened in fear as he had heard that voice centuries ago. Before he could react, he was wrapped up in golden chains, as the figure in front of him then sent the white chakra through the baby's body, and then she vanished. Meanwhile, the Shinigami had Minato's soul, as Minato was aware of what is going on. Minato was confused. "Why haven't you consumed my soul yet?" he asked. The god of death, "Even though pure souls are a treat, your soul doesn't belong to me. It belonged to my sister. Come now, Minato. Your wife and my sister is waiting." At that, Minato grinned. He was about to be reunited with his wife, and his son was going to live a happy life as a hero. Boy, was he wrong about that. Time skip. 6 years later, a 6-year-old Naruto was playing in the park. He was alone as usual. He then heard a noise, as he went to go and check it out, as he saw something that made his blood boil. 3 guys were ganging up on a girl. Naruto clutched his fist as he saw this. If there was one thing he couldn't stand, that was bullies. He may not have been raised by parents, but he knew that it was wrong to hurt someone. As Naruto walked over to the bullies, well, the first one said, "What do we have here? A whisker-faced freak." As the girl was crying, as Naruto narrowed his eyes, "Leave her alone," Naruto shouted. "Why don't you make me, huh?" the boy said. As he raised his fist and tried to punch Naruto, he then felt something smack him in the face, as it was Naruto, as he was sent across the playground. As the boy turned and saw Naruto's eyes, they were no longer blue. They were red with split pupils. As the rest of them panicked and they ran away, leaving Naruto alone with the girl. "Are you okay?" Naruto asked the girl, who had opened her eyes. Naruto finally got a good look at her. She had pale skin and platinum blonde hair. "I'm fine," she said as she got up. As she then grabbed Naruto and started kissing him on the cheek. Thank you," she said, as she was happy that he saved her. As she then realized what she was doing, as she let go embarrassed. "Sorry," she said. "By the way, my name is Ino Yamanaka." "Oh, my name is Naruto Uzumaki," he said. Ino took a step back as she looked at him. He had spiky blonde hair and whisker marks on his cheek and blue eyes. She have to admit he was kind of cute, and Naruto was thinking the same thing about her. Ino then reached out as she touched the mark, making Naruto giggle. "That tickles," he said, as she started to play with the whiskers, making Naruto laugh like crazy. They then stopped as they heard someone clear their throat, as they saw a tall, blonde man. "Well, it looks like the both of you are having fun," he said, making them blush as they move away from each other. "Come on, Ino, it's time to go home," the man said. "Can't I stay a little longer?" "Sorry, but it's getting late, and you know how your mother is if we're late for dinner." "Okay," she said. "See you tomorrow," she said to Naruto. "Okay," said Naruto. As the two left, as Naruto headed for home, unaware that someone has watched their little show. In heaven, a tall black-haired woman stared at the earth below. Her name was Kami, which means God, as she was looking down, watching Naruto. With a big smile on her face, she was the one back then that spread the white chakra through Naruto's body. And since the chakra now flowed through his veins, that made him like a son to her. And like a good mother, she's watching over her son, as she was happy that not all of the villagers treated him like garbage. And he has a possible girlfriend in his future after he met that little girl called Ino. Soon, a large pair of doors opened and popped in a red-haired woman and the Shinigami. "Hey sis," the red-haired woman said. Her name was Yami. "How is my unofficial nephew?" she said. "Same as always," said Kami. "But I believe he found a suitable mate for the future." "Nice," said Yami with a smile. Yami and the Shinigami then watched as they saw a few villagers start to chase after Naruto as he made his way home. "That's it," Yami yelled. "I cannot stand watching this anymore. I won't let them hurt him." "I can't believe I'm saying this," said the Shinigami, "but I'm with Yami on this one. He may be human, but we should..." He then paused as he saw his sister Kami was quiet. "Sis," he asked. Kami then rose her head as she shocked her brother and sister. Three of them were family: Shinigami, Yami, and Kami. Kami had a look of pure anger and rage on her face. They both knew that it was hard to make her angry, and right now she looked downright pissed. "Brother, sister," said Kami in an angry tone, "send in 3 of your soldiers. I have some old people from the village I want to send in. It's time that we help our little friend." Yami then disappeared as she reappeared with 3 people. "You call for us?" one of them said. "Yes, I want you to go down to Earth and have a little talk with the Hokage. It's time they learn who they're messing with," said Kami. The Shinigami then appeared back as he had 2 soldiers as well. "Send them along," said the Shinigami. "Okay," said Kami. "Now go down there and talk to the Hokage," she said, as the 5 soldiers nodded. Back on Earth, Naruto was barely hanging on his life. A woman stood above him with a kunai in her hand. "Time to die, demon," she yelled as the mob cheered. As the woman brought her hand down, but her hand was sliced off as she dropped and clutched her stump, which was now bleeding. As 3 Reapers appeared in all black. What the hell is going on? The people wondered, as one of the soldiers were made out of pure red energy, as he was holding a chain with a blade on the end of it. And the other two looked just like him, except one of them had a sword and the other one had an axe. "All of you, get out of here," the man said, as the woman was still clutching onto her stump, as he kicked her in the face, sending her flying, as the three of them then picked up Naruto. Meanwhile, Sarutobi was rubbing his head in annoyance. He was currently with the council and they were providing a massive headache for him. All these people do is complain. Nothing ever seems to please them. The council was going on about something he wasn't really paying attention to when something slammed open the door, as everyone went quiet as 5 soldiers stepped inside. They were wearing golden armors, as they had on a helmet so you could not see their face. 3 of them were male and 2 of them were female. "What is the meaning of this?" a council member asked. "I don't know who you are, but you will be silenced," one of the men roared. "We are here to take the Uzumaki boy," the second man said. "Are you here to kill the demon?" a pink-haired woman said. "Silence, witch," said the female of the group. "We are not here to kill him. We are here to take him away from this village that has tried to kill him so many times." At that moment, the Reapers arrive. "We have him," the Ox one said, as he had Naruto. The first of the Golden Warrior reached out, as he placed a hand on Naruto's whisker. "Come, my friend," he said. "Our work here is done," as they then turned to leave. "You will go nowhere," a council member said, as he jumped up to strike the man with a knife that he pulled from his sleeve. The council is really made of complete idiots and morons. He didn't really think this through. He didn't even get near to them, as an energy blast sent him flying across the room as he crashed through the wall. Before they could say anything, all of the Golden Warriors and the Reapers vanished in a flash, as everyone wondered, what the hell just happened? Later, Naruto woke up from his sleep as he groaned. He looked around as he saw he was in some kind of palace. He got up, but he saw a hand on his chest, as he then looked to see a man in golden armor. "Slowly, child." As Naruto turned to see a man in a golden armor, as he gave Naruto a hand and Naruto took it, as the man led Naruto outside, as he saw 2 more golden armor men and 2 golden armor women. The group led him to a large chamber, which he saw a beautiful black-haired woman, a beautiful red-haired woman, and a scary white-haired man. "Hello, Naruto," the black-haired woman said. Hello, but who are you?" Naruto asked. "My name is Kami." "Wait, Kami? Are you God?" Naruto asked, as she nodded. "And this is Yami and the Shinigami." "Do you know why you're here, Naruto?" she asked, as he shook his head no. "You are here because you have suffered at the hands of those in your village. We brought you here to make you stronger, because we are tired of seeing you suffer this much. We will train you to make you be able to protect yourself." Naruto hung his head low. "Why? Why do they treat me so bad in the first place?" he asked. "Well," said Kami. "Do you know about the Kyuubi attack?" she asked, as Naruto nodded. "Well, the Kyuubi wasn't destroyed. It was sealed inside of a newborn baby. You." "What?" Naruto said. "The 4th Hokage sealed the Kyuubi inside me? Why did he do it? Why did he seal it inside of me of all people?" he asked. He felt an arm on his shoulder, as he turned to see one of the men in golden armor. "Naruto," the man said. "The 4th Hokage didn't want to do it. It was the last thing he had to do. And he actually thought the village would see you as a hero. He overestimated them greatly on that note." "How do you know that?" Naruto asked, wondering how the man knew so much. "Well," the man said as he chuckled, "who would know better than the man who actually did it?" As he took off his helmet and showed his face. As Naruto saw the face of the 4th Hokage and realized he and the man looked just alike. "Are you my dad?" Naruto asked. He may have been 6, but he's smart. The man nodded as Naruto jumped up with tears in his eyes and hugged him tightly around his neck. Minato hugged him back as he smiled, as he was united with his son at last. One of the women took off her helmet to reveal her bright red hair. "Who are you?" Naruto asked. "Naruto," said Minato. "I would like to introduce you to your mother, Kushina Uzumaki." As Naruto rushed over and jumped on and hugged his mother tight, as he held on until Kame cleared her throat. "As lovely as this is," she said with a smile, "we need to start your training." "Training?" Naruto asked. "Yes," Yami said. "Me, Kami, the Shinigami, your mother, your dad, and those two over there are going to train you for a very important mission." "What is that?" Naruto asked, wondering what the gods want with him. "That will come at a later date," the Shinigami said. "Now, young Naruto, go and get some sleep. Your training begins tomorrow." "Yes," Naruto yelled, as he then went upstairs for some sleep. "He's definitely your son, honey," said Kushina, as she wrapped her arms around Minato. "I still say he got the hyper attitude from you." As the both of them chuckled. Time skip. 7 years later. This had to be the most boringest job in the world. The job to guard the Konoha gates. Izumo and Katetsu were just standing around, waiting for something to happen. Of course, at this day and age, nothing interesting ever happened. But they then saw a flash of white as it hit the ground, as they both covered their eyes. The light then vanished as they saw someone standing there. As they saw a boy, about 13, with spiky blonde hair. He had on a white trench coat with blue and red and black flames on it. The trench coat had the sleeves torn off, so you could see that he had muscle. On the back, there was a red swirl and the kanji for life on it. He had on long, black jeans. He also had on white, fingerless gloves. But what really got their attention was something on his face. The whisker marks. "Naruto, is that you?" Katetsu asked. "Well, it looks like things just got a lot more interesting around here," said Izumo. Naruto told Izumo and Katetsu that he needed to speak to the Hokage, as they let him inside. As he walked inside the village, as he looked around. "Things hasn't changed," said Naruto, as he went to the Hokage's tower. When he arrived, the secretary stopped him. "The Hokage is in a meeting. Come back later," she said. Naruto knew that she was lying through her teeth. It was noon and it was Monday, so the old man wasn't in a meeting. He was probably taking his lunch break. As Naruto then brought up his hand, as he knocked her in the back of her neck, as she passed out as he caught her, and brought her over to her desk and placed her down gently. As he then entered the office, Sarutobi turned. His eyes immediately went wide. "It can't be. Naruto, is that you?" "You bet, old man," Naruto said, as Naruto was then grabbed and pulled into a strong hug by Sarutobi. "Naruto, what happened to you?" said Sarutobi as he breathed the hug. "Well, I got training from my mom, my dad, God, Yami, and the Shinigami, and 2 others, who I am not going to reveal at the moment." Sarutobi's sweat dropped at that. Naruto got training from his parents and 3 gods? "It's exactly what it sounds like," said Naruto. "So, how about getting me back into the academy?" "Well, it's actually the final exam," said Sarutobi. "So, how about getting me inside?" Naruto asked. Sarutobi went over to his desk as he wrote a note. As he gave it to Naruto, "This will get you in there," he said. "Alright," said Naruto as he turned to leave. "Oh, and by the way, old man, some familiar faces will be coming back," said Naruto. As Naruto left the office without saying anything else, as Sarutobi wondered what was Naruto talking about, but he then looked at his desk. Damn it, he cursed at all the paperwork. Naruto walked his way to the academy as he went there. As Naruto walked to the classroom, he heard people laughing on the other side of the door. He then slowly raised his hand as he knocked on the door. "Come in," said a voice. As Naruto stepped inside, as everyone stopped, as they were looking at him, as Naruto saw two people at the front of the room, which was Mizuki and Iruka. As the girls wonder who was this new guy, as most of them already were staring at him with hearts in their eyes. "Can I help you?" Mizuki asked, as Naruto gave him the note that he got from the Hokage. As Iruka read the note as well. "Well class, it looks like we have a new student," said Iruka. "What? How come we have to sit through your class and listen to your lectures?" said Kiba. "And he just come, he's a new student?" "Yeah, it's not fair," said Sakura. "He has been on a training trip with his family for the past few years," Iruka said, as that was written on the note by the Hokage. The class huffed as Naruto found his seat and sat down. All the while, Ino was looking at him. Is that Naruto, she wondered, as she remembered back then with the whisker marks. "Alright," said Iruka. "It's time for the first part of the test." As Iruka and Mizuki passed out the papers, as everyone got to work, as Naruto fly through the test since he was trained by one of the best. After the test was over, Iruka decided to read out the results. The highest. These are the highest results. Sakura Haruno, 100 out of 100. Uzumaki Naruto, our new student, 100 out of 100. Hinata Hyuga, 99 out of 100. And Sasuke Uchiha, 99 out of 100. As soon as she heard that name, Ino's heart fluttered. It was him. There was no mistaking, it's Naruto. "Iruka sensei," said Sakura. "There is no way that new guy did better than Sasuke." As Naruto then turned and looked at Sakura, she then went quiet. She didn't know why, but she was scared all of a sudden. "Well, that's over with," said Iruka. "Okay," Iruka said, "time for the jutsu and the target portion of the test." As everyone followed him outside and got ready for the test. Some did good, some did great, and some did just plain horrible. Sasuke walked up as he hit all the targets. He smirked at Naruto, who was up next, as Naruto threw his kunais and shurikens, as they hit all the targets at the same time, which got him some bonus points. As Ino smiled when she saw that Naruto did better than Sasuke. For the jutsu portion, most of the students did the academy jutsu, except for a few. The Inuzaka did his dog force style. Ino, who Naruto recognized, did her mind transfer jutsu on Choji, as Choji did his expansion jutsu. Shikamaru did his shadow possession jutsu, and Sasuke did his fireball jutsu. When Naruto came up, Sasuke smirked, thinking that he had outdone the blonde. "So, what kind of jutsu are you doing, Naruto?" Iruka asked. Naruto walked away a bit, so he was a distance away from the class, as he went through hand sign and yelled, "Galaxy Storm," as a tornado, a small one, formed in his hand. He then released it towards a tree. The tornado then expanded, as it destroyed about 15 trees, tear them out of the ground in the forest. As Iruka, eyes were wide, as he couldn't believe it. How was a genin able to do something like that? Iruka couldn't believe it, but he continued the test again, as the rest of the kids were also surprised. The next part of the test was a taijutsu. No weapons, no ninjutsu, no genjutsu, just fighting. The matches were short, as Naruto saw Hinata kept on looking at him. Ino went against Sakura as she won. As Naruto smiled at that, Kiba faced off against Choji, as Kiba called Choji fat, and Choji sit down on him, and Kiba couldn't move. Shikamaru went against Shino, and he forfeit. The final match was Naruto against Sasuke. "You should give up now, loser," Sasuke said, as he stepped into the ring. But Naruto didn't respond. "Hey, are you listening to me?" Sasuke shouted. "Sorry," said Naruto. "You say something?" Meanwhile, Kakashi sneezed. Back to the academy, Sasuke fangirls were cheering him on. "Go Sasuke, kick his ass," they shouted. Sasuke then smiled as Iruka told them to begin. Sasuke thrusts forward as he swings his fist towards Naruto, but Naruto simply sidesteps him. As Sasuke then spins around as he tried to do a roundhouse kick, but Naruto ducked. "Stay still so I can hit you," Sasuke yelled as he threw another punch. Naruto quickly spins around as he grabs Sasuke's fist. "Fly away, little insect," as he slammed his palm into Sasuke's stomach, sending Sasuke flying out of the ring. Iruka was about to stop the match when Sasuke thrust forward as he threw kunais at Naruto, as Naruto dodged on each and every one of them. As Sasuke raised his hand as he tried to punch Naruto, Naruto jumped off the ground as he spun with a roundhouse kick. He sent Sasuke flying as Sasuke crashed through a wall, breaking right through it. As everyone was surprised, how did the new kid do that to Sasuke? As Naruto expected the Sasuke fangirls to yell at him, but he saw most of them in deep thought, as they were rethinking the great Uchiha thing, except for Sakura and a few others. Naruto was declared the winner, as Iruka handing Naruto his forehead protector, as he has graduated with flying colors, and after that Naruto vanished, leaving the area. Naruto was now looking for something that his mother had left him, as he remembered what his mother said. Flashback. Naruto, Kushina said as she and her son was practicing sword fighting. "Yeah, mom," Naruto said. "When you go back, I want you to find something. It's the Uzumaki wolf summoning contract. It should be in the old district, in a worn down warehouse." End of the flashback. Naruto found the warehouse as he looked around for a bit. In about an hour of searching, he found the scroll. As Naruto opened it and wrote his name in it in blood, he then went through hand sign as he yelled summoning jutsu. There was a large puff of smoke, and when it cleared it showed a medium-sized black wolf. "Who the hell has summoned me?" the wolf said. As he then looked at Naruto. "Was it you?" Naruto nodded as he held out his hand, as the wolf sniffed it, as his eyes widened in shock. "You're Kushina-san," the wolf said as he gasped. "It has been a long sight since we have been summoned. I will tell the leader about this development. From here on out, we will be by your side." The wolf then vanished in a puff of smoke as Naruto left with the scroll. Naruto got home as he returned to his old apartment. It was still okay, as he saw a seal on his door with a note in it and a stored scroll, as it read, "Dear Naruto, in light that you have received training from your father and know about your father's heritage, I have decided to give you your father's estate. In the seal below are the keys to your father's estate. The place is underground and you need Namikaze blood to bring it back up. Since you're your father's son, all you need to do is put a drop of your blood in the center and it should bring it back up. From Sarutobi." Naruto grinned as he unsealed the scroll as some keys popped out as he walked off. As he was walking, he felt something behind him, as he then turned to see some girls from the academy with stars and hearts in their eyes. Fangirls, Naruto thought. Great. "Dope," said a voice, as Naruto turned and looked in front of him. As he saw Sasuke, he had on a few bandages and his cheek was swollen. Naruto was surprised that he was still walking after being knocked through a wall. "What do you want?" Naruto asked. "I'm not in the mood for this." "Fight me," said Sasuke, as he obviously wanted a rematch for his earlier humiliation. "No," Naruto said. "Why?" said Sakura as she came into the conversation. "You know Sasuke is going to kick your butt, like what should have happened at the academy. He didn't ask for your opinion, forehead." As they turned, as they saw Ino. "Ino," Naruto said. "Hey Naruto, long time no see," she said with a smile, as she walked up to him and placed her hand on his cheek. As he giggled a bit. "It's the same old Naruto," she said, as she tickled his cheek. "Don't ignore me, loser," Sasuke yelled. As he charged at Naruto, Naruto grabbed Ino around the waist as he turned her. He then backhanded Sasuke away, sending him in a nearby store. Naruto chuckled slightly as he looked to see Sasuke unconscious on the floor. "So, shall we take our leave?" Naruto said to Ino. As Naruto saw the fangirls glaring at Ino, He then picked her up bridal style. Hey, what are you? But the both of them vanished in a swirl of white flames. A few seconds later, Ino and Naruto appear in a swirl of white flames again. Naruto, what was that? Ino asked. A sunshine of a different kind, Naruto said, rubbing the back of his head. Warn me next time, okay? She said, as she punched him in the arm playfully. As she saw they were in front of a vacant lot. As Naruto walked into the center of the lot, as she followed behind him, as Naruto brushed away the dirt as he saw the Namikaze symbol. He then bit his thumb as he dropped a few drops of his blood on the symbol. As the ground started to shake, Naruto then grabbed Ino as they jumped out of the way. As soon as they were clear, a huge mansion rose out of the ground. The place was really huge. It looked like it could hold at least 100 people. Naruto and Ino walked inside to see that the inside was completely intact, even after all the years it has been underground. Naruto even checked the fridge, and all of the food in there was still fresh, because of a seal placed all over. After exploring the place for a few minutes, the two decided to sit down and catch up. As Ino told Naruto that she missed him that day when they were in the park, and he just vanished. He told her that he got training, but he left out the part being trained by powerful beings. He did say, however, that he get to meet his mom and dad. As it was getting late, and Ino said that she has to go back to the shop, as Naruto walked her out. As they finally arrived, Ino then looked at him. So, can we do this some other time? She asked. Sure, said Naruto. Alright, she said, as she then gave him a kiss on the cheek, as she giggled and ran into the shop. As Naruto turned around to walk away, when an Anbu appeared in front of him. Uzumaki Naruto, the council, has requested your presence. As the Anbu then vanished. Naruto then vanished in white flames. As the council was currently talking, they then saw white flames appear in the room as Naruto stepped out. You rang, he said. But guys, I'm be ending this episode right here. If you want to see more of this, guys, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, stay in tune for the rest of the What Ifs coming your way. I'm going to be giving you guys a new episode of What If Naruto rebuild the Uzumaki clan, and over on Anime King I'm going to be giving you a new episode of What If Naruto had multiple people sealed inside of him, so stay in tune for that. And also, what if Naruto returned different after his training trip? So thank you all for your help and your support, and without further ado, I'm out for now, guys. Peace.